What up, world? Welcome to another episode of our podcast. You heard what I said. I'm JP. As always, I got my brothers with me, Dwight and Lateef. What up?
What up?
What's going on, people?
I tell you what's going on, man. So I guess at this point, we've all seen the verses with Fat Joe and and Ja Rule. So
yeah.
Before we get into how we felt about it, when they first announced it, I was just like, this ain't it. This is not the one. Like, I don't want to see this. Like,
so why did you say that?
Why? Because I don't see them up in the verse seems like an odd pairing to me. Like, I was like, first of all, they both got this. I was like, they both on the same song, which is probably one of their biggest hits ever. I'm sure they're gonna end the show with that. Like, you kind of already saw where it was going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ashanti.
Plus we wanted to see 50 in Ja.
Yeah, that's
what I thought most people's issue was with it.
Yeah.
I mean, and what you said, John, I didn't think that that was the best matchup, especially for Fat Joe. I think I said like a day or two before, I was like, look, I'm a fan of Joe's. I like a lot of Joe's music, but people forget how prolific Jeffrey Atkins was. You know what I'm saying? He had a chokehold on the whole Def Jam building when there was some heavy hitters in that building with him.
Yeah.
So it's like,
there's
people
no
forget
denying that.
Hits after hits after it was songs that he played yesterday. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
John put some joints out. And I know Joe had, and no disrespect, he got a couple of hits like Lean Back and all that stuff, but he had mostly underground mixtape, joints. You know what I'm saying? Grimy joints. And that just wasn't what
Joe had about 10 solid big records though.
He did. That, I mean, he played a few joints last night that were huge. But one of them he couldn't play at all because one of my favorite Joe joints he didn't play, and I knew he wasn't. We Thuggin' because that had R. Kelly on it. I knew he wasn't gonna play that.
Take Kelly off.
Yeah, he couldn't do that.
Nah. And that's the one he said he shot out Morgan State on or whatever. Yeah.
Ran through the dorms at the Morgan State.
Yeah.
But it came out that he picked Ja.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They came to him first.
Okay.
But I can't think of who else would have been an okay matchup with him. I mean, we all know that we wanted the John 50 joint, but who could have been maybe it could have been somebody like Fab when you go back on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think him and Fab got the same got a couple of mainstream hits, you know what I'm saying? But most of their hits are regional, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They weren't on a lot of the same songs of any, so I think that it's the same.
That's interesting.
Era.
That's interesting.
And they from the same era. They do started out
Joe
90s, still putting
Joe's
out
a whole
hits.
nother era.
Yeah,
Joe's a couple of eras.
Yeah, Joe has maintained. Right.
So it's Fab.
Not like Joe though.
Yeah.
No, Fab was on the Fabulous. Remember, he was Fabulous Sport. This is when he was in college. This is late 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe came around the same time.
No, Joe was 93. Joe came out in 93. Like, that's when I first remember. Oh, that was 93. That's different.
And Digging the Crates eras before that.
Huh? When y'all think Fab came?
Fab came out late 90s. Late 90s.
Yes. He's a
yes.
Clue brought him out.
Yes. Him, like, when I think of him, Ja Rule.
When we saw Fab in Miami, last time we went to Miami, all of us, like, for one of them events, Fab was out there and nobody knew him. That was like 99.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 99? I think Fab would have been a good, like you said. I think that would have been a good one for.
That was 98, 99. Yeah,
that'd have been a good one because they have a lot of those records.
It's two of y'all, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
But let's say this, just like you said, Joe goes across other eras. If Fab was around in 99 on the mixtapes, we talking about 21 years later. That's a few eras too. You know what I'm saying?
We know that.
Okay, I didn't want to make it seem like he was like the
actually Ghetto Fab was dropped in 2001.
That was his album. I'm talking about as far as the mixtapes. He was on the mixtapes.
So let's say 99.
Yeah.
It
was. I give you that.
Yeah.
I give you that. That means I'm old as shit.
I mean, we all are. But what I'm saying is, Fab. What I'm saying is Fab would have been a good one for Ja. That because they do a lot of those similar records. But Ja
I'm trying to think of somebody in
Ja
another.
became a bigger star. I mean, it's kind of hard, but
I'm trying to think of somebody from another city that wouldn't have been a good one. But I think most people like I might
say Nelly.
Exactly. I was gonna say Nelly, but I think Ludacris cleaned him up, right?
Yeah, that was a bad one too. Yeah,
that was one of the top 5 washings in
It was technical issues with that too, though. Like it was
early verses. Yeah.
But I think other Fab, Nelly would have been one. But they all went. I can't think of nobody. I'm trying to think of somebody in the West Coast, or somebody else in the South that would have fit that. But
But the thing is, it's really nobody else to go against Ja except the big dogs. Like
that's why I'm like Joe had enough hits that the pairing wasn't ridiculous. Like. Come on, Joe, chill. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Right. What y'all think about Yo Chill? What y'all think about JD calling out Puff and Puff telling him, nah, the only person that could get in the ring with me is Dre?
Let's go back a couple of sentences.
No, I don't want to be disrespectful to JD because what I'm going to say.
He said, beloved, you're my brother.
Right.
But
your arms too short to box with God.
Right.
First of all, he called you beloved and then referred to himself as God.
Yeah.
Right.
But one thing he did, he said, yo, I could smash you with Mary and Big alone.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Although I don't, and this is what it is. I don't want to sound disrespectful to JD, right? But I couldn't see him winning outright winning more than it's not 3 or 4 rounds.
It's not disrespectful. JD got hits. JD got great songs.
JD catalog looks crazy.
But Versus is a feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
It's how the records feel.
And the only difference is that JD actually be on the machines like that. He actually makes the beats.
Ain't nothing from Escape coming up against anything off of my life.
I know, but it matters to certain people like me. It matters to certain people like me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference. But what I'm speaking from my perspective. I ain't talking about the casual fan. I'm just saying it does matter to certain people. But you're right. Like when he said that, I was like, Jermaine got hits, but it's different. I was like, Puff wins that easily. Easily. Because
it feels different.
You just because you got some big Mariah records, are they gonna choose those Mariah records over Mary?
I don't want to hear them.
No,
I don't want to hear them.
No, no, exactly. So you got those big. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Usher will do way better, but come on.
We've heard one Mariah song in the spot. Like we've been out.
Right, you right.
One joint they play.
You right.
Yeah, but look, like I said earlier, she had a whole album out called The Ones, and every one of those 11, 12 songs on there was the #1 record. Just because we didn't hear it in the club, it played somewhere.
You're doing the verses in Madison Square Garden. Right. You're doing verses in Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. You play one of those #1 joints.
Now that they do him, that's the thing. It ain't going on in New York. If I'm JD,
if Puff's doing it, yes, it is.
If I do that, if I'm JD, there's no way I agree to doing that in New York.
He don't do it. What you think Puff going to do?
Don't do it then.
You come to me.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters where it happens. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
Any arena speaker, and you put on My Life, or you put it on Victory, or you put it on One More Chance. It's nothing JD can play.
Like I said, sir,
I agree.
I'm respectfully giving him 3 or 4 rounds.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yo,
Puff would have to throw around.
Puff was respectfully disrespectful.
Yes,
he was respectfully disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, "Yo, let me be clear. You can't fuck with me, but I so appreciate what you brought to the game.
Yeah,
but
you're my brother.
You're my brother. You're nice. I love you." But you can't fuck with me. That's what he was saying. Like he was saying, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Nobody want to hear those Escape records. Don't nobody want to hear Escape.
I didn't think nothing.
Don't nobody want to hear Brat. Don't nobody want to hear Chris Cross. Don't nobody want to hear Bow Wow.
That's what I'm trying to say. See, when you take those away, nobody wants to hear none of. And like he said, nobody wants to hear none of them records.
Right.
Them 4 people, and respectfully for those, because they got hits.
They got hits.
Against Puff, he ain't gonna stand a chance playing anything.
Yo, and then
it's like, okay, you got Mariah records, right? But Puff got a couple Mariah records.
Puff can start with Benjamins.
He could start with Benjamin.
Puff could start with. I would start with Benjamins. just.
That's a great strategy, right?
No. He and that point, someone he could do. I need a girl. You saw I need a girl. 1 and 2, back to back.
And the thing with Puff is like they do these preset playlists now, right? But Puff is going to have his preset that he's going to have 1 or 2 counters for anything JD can play.
Does he think like?
Of course. It's just
actually, you know what? I'm really trying to go through their discographies, and I'm trying to be. He
can't get a win.
Yes.
Listen, it would be super entertaining. Yeah. I would love to see it. If they went ahead, it'd probably be one of the biggest ones. It's different with producers because they have so much to draw from than a certain artist. You know what I'm saying? Like like when Timberland and Swiss first did it, and they did it over the phone and shit like that. Like at that point, it's like
super extra.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like none of us, if we compared Timberland to Swiss, none of us would say Swiss is a better producer than Timberland. None of us would say that. We all think Timberland's a better producer, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But Swiss could win in a battle.
Yeah.
Right?
His energy.
And sequencing. What you play in response, like that matters, man. That matters. You know what I mean? It's like you're not gonna know what the other person's gonna play, but you gotta think, they're gonna play this song. So if they play this, I'm gonna play this. Or, like, you gotta, right. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not saying JD would win at all, but he can get a couple rounds depending on sequencing. Depending.
I don't think so.
You don't think so at all?
I swear.
I think Puff's gonna have counters.
I'm trying to give him rounds, B.
Listen,
I'm trying to give him rounds. I'm like, what can he play?
I don't underestimate anything.
You know what?
I'm
sorry. He can't.
What can he play?
He got a couple of Usher joints. He can throw one.
Usher.
He got a couple of Usher joints. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
3 or 4 rounds.
He said that's it.
That's it.
Outright. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Anything else would be a push.
Those aren't guaranteed either.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else would be a push.
But listen, I mean, JD not stupid though. I mean, I would do that shit too if I was him. Like, because the loss is still is a moment in time. Like, because most people, and most people are gonna think. Well, I'm not gonna say most people because there are a lot of people out since he said that. A lot of people were like, "Yo, JD could win." I seen them out there,
and they lying to themselves.
But listen, they don't revere Puff like we do until he pull them songs out. But then they're gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't really produce that."
That's all that matters.
You know what I'm saying? But, right. I agree.
Until they hear them songs like,
right.
I forgot that was Bad Boy. I forgot that was Bad Boy.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Boy. I forgot that was Hitman.
Yeah. So I mean, you're going label for label and it's crazy.
Puff got Uptown Records shit to pull from.
Got Jodeci.
You know what I'm saying?
Got Jodeci first album.
You know what I'm saying? He got Mary first album. He got Faith first album. First 3 albums. Mm-hmm. He got Big. He got Mace. Okay. He got
Flavor in your ear.
You know what I'm saying? He got Big Back.
Yeah.
He got his own son. Listen, I don't think Puff can go to his No Way Out album alone, okay, and maybe get 5 wins off.
Victory's a point.
It's crazy.
Young G's is a point. Young G's is a point.
That's crazy too. I mean,
he got Mace. I got Mace. Yeah. He got been around the world.
Oh my goodness! I forgot about been around him. So okay, I amend that. JD might have to play all Usher records to get wins. Any wins he might get outright wins. I can see Puff winning at 13-3, and then maybe 4 might be tied or some shit like that.
No ties. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might tie with something.
No. I can see some tie. Look, I don't want to disrespect JD like that because look,
it's not disrespect. It's just.
And we were,
but JD didn't do yeah.
He didn't do yeah.
That's a little John.
Lil Jon. I'm thinking Usher. See, I'm trying to give JD Usher.
No, that's not. He don't get anything Usher. He don't get anything Usher.
Yo, you gotta realize. And didn't Puff and I'll Be Sure produce Usher's first album?
Yeah, that was Puff. He was the executive producer.
Was part of Usher's first album.
Yep.
I actually like that album.
It was it was a great album. I have it. It's a great album. It was a great album.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to disrespect JD, but to give him more than 4 rounds outright, and I'm giving him 4 off the respect for him.
I'm giving them 3 if he goes second.
If he doesn't set it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything's possible.
Because he might counter well.
It would be regardless. It would be thoroughly entertaining. And then I always like to see, because what happened with Ja Rule and Fat Joe, it was some hits that Ja Rule played that I didn't fuck with that people love. When I saw the comments, I was like, I didn't really fuck with that song. You saw fire emojis. So it's always interesting what resonate with people. You know what I'm saying?
Fat Joe said that Ja ain't put out a hit in 15 years. The reason why Ja ain't put out a hit in 15 years is he ain't had to. You know what I'm saying? What you just said was right.
Yeah.
You said there were songs I didn't fuck with that I was looking in the comments. Son, Ja still right now probably touring, making $1 million and a half, $2 million a year.
And when
overseas and all that shit.
And when you can stop and they sing like that's a clear indication.
Yep.
That's a clear indication. I was like, listen, it was some, like I said, the Verzuz was exactly what I expected it to be. So it was kind of entertaining, but I wasn't like, wow. But I
didn't think it was gonna start off that bad though.
It was some funny moments.
Ja dropped them joints early.
Yeah.
Them street joints.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna.
Yeah.
And I don't think Joe was ready for that.
Right. He was talking about nobody believe you. He kept. I knew he was going for that angle.
He threw Murdergram on. I was praying that he did that joint. I was like, people forget Ja nice, man. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's in a sidebar related. We got to give 50 credit for being able to.
I was just about to say that.
He almost muted all that shit, and Ja was one of the big top 5 stars in the world. He bodied their label and dimmed all the niggas' lights.
He turned them off.
I feel a little different about that shit, man. See, I feel like, I mean, I feel like it's timing. While that is true, I feel like at the end of the day, them niggas wasn't making good music no more.
To you,
they making the same music. Yeah,
they making the same music.
Same music ain't good music. Same music doesn't mean good.
Son, they was making the same music. He killed them and made their music.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I know
music.
I know, but what I'm saying is, the albums weren't good. Like the 4th album or whatever after that wasn't good. The first couple albums was good for Ja, but after that, the albums were. If it's still good music, then you still gonna be good. Unless you're saying 50 controlled our minds to believe that Ja was all of a sudden whack.
Yes.
That's exactly
that's what you're saying? That's what you're saying?
That's exactly what he did.
Listen, that's the same thing with Jay.
And then he went
the same thing with Jay.
Shit.
What happened to jerseys for like 5 years?
Right. But I was talking from my perspective. Like I never felt that way about it.
No,
I was like,
you didn't, because you have a more refined musical. You have a more refined musical mind. You're not a popular or a popular music fan. You're not a fringe fan. Right?
They became whacked like Ja.
Exactly. And then 50 turned around and did the same exact shit.
Right.
That made this shit even made his plan even more genius.
Right.
At the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. Son, he told you, it was whack doing that shit. Remember, he was like, I remember him actually saying it in the video, it's over for you, son. Maybe you can go do a song with, one of the pop stars like Christina Aguilera if they'll have you, right? Mm-hmm. And then 3 years later, he did fucking the shit with Justin Timberlake.
Right. Ayo Technology.
The same shit that he did on Joshua.
That song was horrible. That's fucking horrible song.
Ayo Technology, that was the name.
Yeah.
Hated that fucking song, and still do for that matter. But it's like, he did change that whole shit. You know what I mean? And we forgot about, and that's why I put on Facebook. I was like, watch. There's a lot of people who was still riding that way, forgetting all the fucking hits, and that was our time in college and stuff. And we got out of school, we was in the club, so we remember how many hits Ja had. Ja had we had the street team shit, so we knew in Def Jam when they had Redman, Method Man, DMX, Jay-Z, the top priority was Ja Rule. Y'all know? You know what I'm saying? And that was like for 3 years because Ja was moving them units.
Yeah. He was big. You know he was on all the magazine covers and shit. Like he was.
JD would say he was getting up out the stove.
That's
them
like
CDs was getting up out the stove, boy.
There was no denying that shit. And one thing about Ja, man, I never thought of him as a nice MC ever. He has.
Right.
I thought, like he ain't no Jada. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no Fab lyric. He ain't like that. But his voice, is and it's still strong and it's like distinctive and like that. That's what, and he's a performer, and you saw that on the verses. His voice sounds like the record still. When he talk on that mic live, he still sound like the record. Like, and that's important. That's important for people. Like
he was funny. He was funny too last night.
He was very funny.
Yeah.
People talk about how funny Joe was, but
he was funny.
Ja was funny.
Ja was wild. He was
I'm surprised at you, Joe.
Yeah. When Fat Joe did a couple, he was like, "What are these records?" He was like, "We're supposed to be doing the hits." He's like, "What are these records?"
Look, one thing people can say whatever they want about Ja Rule. I saw 5 festival jokes and all that shit. I was like,
yeah.
One thing that you can't take away from that man, him and motherfucking Irvin Lorenzo put out motherfucking hits for a long time.
Hits.
I mean, and actually, you gotta give Ashanti some credit too. But
yeah,
like Ja carried that label. He carried that whole label. There's just actually them three.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They was a triangle offense. They took care of it because other dudes never popped off.
Yeah.
Shout out to Irv.
What's that joint album that came out with him, X and J?
Irv beat the Feds too. They try to put Irv and his brother in jail. Irv beat the Feds.
Yeah,
we don't see that a lot from brothers from our community. So special shout out.
Shout out to Chris.
Chris Scott.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That was my guy up there. That was my.
I saw him on stage. I saw him up there. I saw him up there. Yeah, but it was like I said, it was entertaining. It was like Fat Joe when he came out with the army. I was like, oh, he ain't playing. Okay, I respect that. He had a green army suit or whatever, and I was like, okay.
I was vibing the Fat Joe first half because that was the mixtape era. I'm a DITC, you know, I love Big L, all them niggas. So
yeah.
Loving that kind of shit. But as much as I loved it, I knew if this nigga did put it on me, he would have hated that shit. So dude just had like I said, John had too many straight up, bona fide platinum hits either. Not like lukewarm joints, like that you heard, when you were supposed to hear it. You know what I'm saying? When you was there. Shout out to Ja, man.
Yeah, it was good seeing Lil Mo too. Yeah. Like I'm glad she was out there, and good to see Vita come out and do the joint.
My
it's
favorite
good seeing Remy Ron too.
Yes,
sir. When Remy did Pun verse on Twins.
Yeah. That was fitting. That was very fitting. Yep. That was very fitting. And she did it too. She did that shit.
Yeah, looked
amazing.
Did that shit. Vita looked amazing.
Yeah, everybody was good. Yeah, everybody was good, man. It came off well. It came off well.
Shit. Yeah, it's good to see how people from our era still out there doing it like that. Like that was another time where New York was front and center for the verse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where like even if other motherfuckers didn't feel it, but that's the thing. With Jive, like he was worldwide. It was,
and Joe would giving the bags out last night to Remy and Ashanti.
I was driving when he heard that. Was it money in the bag or something? Like
nah, it was I don't know. It was he gave them Birkin bags.
Oh, okay.
He gave Ja the bag too.
Right. The funny shit is after Ja Rule did the joint with Ashanti, then Joe did his joint with Ashanti, and Ja was like, "Am I joining?" Because he's on the song anyway. He sings on that song anyway. He did sing on that song.
Let me tell you why
Chris Brown part too.
Let me tell you why Joe should have been disqualified though. Like 3 times he played songs he wasn't on. He
played any remix.
Yeah,
that's not even your song.
Yo, wait, hold up. Yo, by the way, you're right. Yo, that Fat Joe Chris Brown song that's a fire joint, right? Yeah, I got the instrument. The instrumental alone is crazy. Like I was like, that's a fire song. That's a fire song.
Fat Joe got some joints. That's why I like.
Right.
I said in the post, I don't think that Ja gonna wash Joe.
Right.
But I definitely think that he gonna win.
He gonna win. Yeah. And listen, after he played Pun or whatever, and Ja Rule was like, yo, much respect to Pun. Like he was like, but that's not your fucking song. He's like, that's not your song. Yo, he was like, yo, I knew he was gonna say it because he gave mad respect first, and he was like, but that's not your fucking song.
And I know you ain't write it.
Yeah.
He said, what part you do?
Right.
Said, exactly. Didn't Ja write the hook for the joint with Joe and Ashanti?
Yeah.
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 Did he write like
right?
The hook,
and then Fat Joe said, "Yo, I produced Candy Shop." Ja was like, "So what? That shit was whack." But I was like,
Scott Storch got in the comments on that one too.
Exactly. I'm like, Joe, you know that was Scott Storch. That was all Scott Storch, son. Yeah, it was supposed to be Joe's song, but Joe turned it down, and 50 took it.
Yo, quick sidebar. Let me go back. Candy Shop in a little bit. Top 5 strip club songs. Oh. Nigga, well, yeah, that was a good verses. The good verses.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I can't wait to see it. I don't know who, because that wasn't one of the ones that they lined up. I don't know if they're doing them in advance like they did before. Remember they did the little lineup.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Summertime. I would love, I love Puff arrogance with that. I would like to see it because, like you said, John, that would be probably
he's not doing it.
One of the biggest. And
Puff's not doing it. He's not doing it.
He's not gonna do what Ja did. Ja won at 50,
right,
and couldn't get it, so he did this.
Right.
Puff not doing that.
Did Ja go out 50 on the verses?
The what?
Did he ask for the verses for 50? I thought because I think they already know that this ain't gonna happen. I don't think either of them.
Who was asking for 50? T.I. was asking for 50.
Oh yeah, that right.
And then when Busta said, I'll
yeah.
And then T.I. acted like they was from different eras and shit.
But that shit don't matter. Like that shit don't matter. That shit don't matter.
The only person I was watching Matt Hoffa's thing that he got cool shit to say they do in the barbershop, and he said he would like to see Eminem and Busta. And at first when I saw it, like I saw the thing, and I was like, yo, let me see what this is talking about. That sounds like crazy. But then when I looked at it, I was like, that ain't such a far-fetched choice. I don't know who I would pick in that.
I'm not. I know who I would pick, but that's going to be split down the middle of if you're an Eminem fan or not.
Right.
Because that's another. Eminem's nice.
Right.
I think he's done nice.
Right.
So is Busta though.
I don't want to hear none of his songs if I'm out.
Me neither.
No,
Me neither. I don't want to hear it. And most of the songs, I would know, but I wouldn't know like that to be like, I'm just not.
So Busta song is going to hit different.
Yeah.
But you in Little Rock, Arkansas or something.
Right. Early on, I thought Busta and Missy would be a good one. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's ever been a mixed verses before, right? If there was going to be one, I think those would be now. And at first, like just in the last fucking 30 seconds, I'm like, yeah, well, Busta might win that. Then I'm thinking about Missy's catalog, and I'm like,
take her videos out though.
You ain't got to. Missy had hits too. That's the thing.
She got hits, yeah.
She got hits, B. I'm talking about.
She got hits, but she got more hits that she was part of as far as writing.
That's all that matters.
And she can still play those.
And the verses
play those. That's different though. When you play a whole bunch of joints.
She was also in a bunch of joints that she was in and had verses on and was and super hits. You gotta look through Missy's joints. And like Missy got.
I know she got joints. No, she got joints
with Aaliyah. She got her own joints. Like she got.
Yeah.
Put it this way. Busta got 20 joints, but a lot of his 20 joints would be his verses on shit. Mm-hmm. It ain't like Busta had 20 solo hits, right? if you was gonna think of solo hits, you probably would put Missy in that, even if she had collabs with people. You know what I'm saying? I can see Missy. If you look at straight up solo hits and records that charted the highest, or the ones that they played in the club a lot, Busta had a few.
If you're going song for song, but we talking about Busta, one of the greatest hip hop performers ever in the verses. That's a problem. That's a problem. I don't know who would be Busta if they doing a verses like that, performance
live on stage.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
Be a locked Dipset thing.
The only one that could have passed away. DMX could have matched Busta with the performance shit. When I'm talking about like
old DMX. Now, because we know
not the one we saw with Snoop. No,
not that DMX.
Because clearly Busta still got it. He just performed the other night.
Yeah, killed it.
Killed it. Like it's like so. That'd be hard.
I take that back. He would beat Missy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because for a second but I'm just thinking of
even if it's features, his energy, like I'm saying, it's just a different when you get that the verse is gonna be like this now from now on, you gotta put that performance factor. Like you gotta remember what they can do with that performance.
And Busta got joints where the beat starts playing, it's a win.
But exactly. That's what I was about to say. Right. Busta can start with his verse on the scenario, straight up and down. He can start.
Which one? The remix or the regular? He's playing both.
I combine on
the first one. The first one. Okay.
That he can even that one or his verse on Case of PTA. And when he starts Busta Rhymes Somebody Infamous, if he starts with any of that. And all Busta shits is hype like that. So he can start, and he can go back to early mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Flavor in Your Ear remix.
The nigga got song with Mariah Carey and Janet Jackson.
Like
let's not forget, he's had big records. He's had big records.
Actually,
put your hands on my eyes.
Busta alone.
Come on,
they might need to leave Busta alone.
Uh-huh.
What's the other joint off that album where him and Spliff was running through the street in the video?
Put your hands with
wait. The nigga's on Annie Up remix.
Yeah,
nigga, like you gotta. I'm saying, son.
He's on Victory.
He's on Victory.
He got a joint with Stevie Wonder.
Son, it's just.
He got a joint with him, X, and J.
It's crazy.
On that same album.
While We Die. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a point no matter who play that.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I actually, I'm thinking back on it. They need to leave Busta alone. I don't think nobody can leave Busta on that.
Like, I mean,
you don't want to stand on stage with Busta.
You gotta be really like
you don't want to do it. It's just gonna look like a win.
Yeah. On the producer side, we talked about Eric Sermon. Like who would see Eric Sermon? Who you think? Because Eric Sermon 20 is sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we saw Preem and RZA do it. It was like Jonte Austin and who else did it? Somebody else did it.
Jonte Austin and Neo though.
Well, Neo's still right and all that shit. And who was the other dude from Atlanta did it? And it was real contentious in the verses.
That was a young dudes. Not young, but
I don't think I saw that one.
I didn't see it either, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, like we was talking about on the thread earlier, I would like to see another producer versus because I think they just got so many different things to pull from. And Eric Sermon is one person that I would love to see, and I'm trying to think of who could go at him. JD might be a good one. Dallas Austin maybe might be a good one. Not for nothing. I think he beat both of them easily. So I'm trying to think of who in E class, and he could just keep it straight hip hop, and I think that he wins easily. Be honest.
Again, I mean, if we talking producing, like you could throw JD in that one.
I think he beat JD. I think like I said, I think he. Look, Eric Sermon did Reservoir Dogs. Eric Sermon did the head thinger.
Kanye in there, like he don't beat Kanye.
No, come on. Kanye got to go against like somebody like Kanye gotta go against Pharrell, and they gotta be just producer joints because it can't be rhyming joints because that's not fair.
Now you can't do that because Kanye got full albums. You can't do that.
Right. That's hard. That's a hard one.
I don't think Kanye got a peer. Not hip hop. I don't think Kanye has a peer that he can go against.
Okay.
Yeah. Not in hip hop. I'm trying to think of who could it be, and I'm like, right. Ye could just do joints that he just produced, shit that he didn't even do nothing on. And he got a sturdy 30.
Right. he got 8 with the blueprint.
Yeah, you know. He got and got a long history. They got 20 years, you know, in it easy.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, who could
yeah, I mean it'd be hard.
Like I said, just producing, not even joints that he was on, just producing.
Right.
Like his J bag could be like, you know, what you gonna do against that?
Yeah, that's true.
I think I would like to see Just Blaze get in another one. I know him and Swizz did one early on and shit, but Just got. I think if
that wasn't even a verse. Yeah, that was just a.
Battle. Yeah, that was some bullshit. It was like, you know, not bullshit, but it was like they was just playing around. But I think Just Blaze could throw his hat in the ring against a few. Just Blaze and Eric Sermon might be a good one. Different eras, but
yeah,
you know,
that'd probably be a good one. I'm a fan of Just Blaze, man.
Big fan of Just Blaze.
I've always been a fan of
Just Blaze. I think he could be a formidable opponent. I'm a big EPMD Eric Sermon fan anyway. So, but like I said, I think he could pull Alonzo Hunter joints. He could pull Keith Murray joints. He could pull, you know what I mean? Like EPMD Redman joints.
Yeah, he would probably not pull any Alonzo Hunter joints. He probably would not. Like ain't nobody know that shit. Don't nobody know that shit.
I think I fucked his name up.
No, you got it right. You got it right. No, is it Alfonso?
I think it's
Alfonso. Damn, sorry, Alfonso. I got the album too. The album too.
Weekend Thing was my shit. I had that on my little, you know, butt naked tape when I was back in the day. Doing Collegio.
Yeah. Anyway, you know,
we're smoking that good.
I know. All right. You know, we never got the chance to talk about the passing of Biz. You know what I'm saying? And,
yes. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to Biz, man. Like one of, you know, since we're on hip hop, we're talking about one of the greatest, you know, one of the hip hop legends, you know, of our time, man. He was definitely a different cat who made his way. I mean, of course, through the beatboxing and everything, but had some monumental hit records, like early hip hop records that we consider classic. Biz, like crazy,
and is woven into the fabric of the foundation of hip hop. You can't tell the story about hip hop
without Biz
from its inception without mentioning Biz Markie.
It's no way. It's no way.
Yeah. It's no way you can do it.
It's no way.
It's impossible. And then nothing. One of the best DJs ever.
Exactly.
Great DJ.
Exactly.
Great DJ.
Exactly.
You know. One of the best times I ever had with Miami. Teef, I think he was with me. We was in a cameo joint on Count. And son, Big was in there, and it was Magic Johnson's party. I'll never forget. And Big, and I don't even remember if he had an opening joint because we was in there early. You know what I'm saying? Because it was thick. And Biz played everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about across every genre of music you want to play. Biz played everything. And I like DJs like that. You know what I'm saying? I love DJs like that. And I love DJs like that because the DJ is extremely important to my entertainment experience. You know what I'm saying? The music is extremely important to me. So, you know, Biz did that.
Legendary, man. Like, I mean, like Make the Music with Your Mouth, Biz, man. The Vapors. I mean, just so many hit records, man. Like
Just a Friend.
Just a Friend. I mean, Just a Friend is probably his biggest. Like,
Let Me Turn You On. People forgot. Remember we was trying to sing. People forget that used to rock. I know in Jersey that shit rocks. And like, Let Me Turn You On. Man, play that, people rock. And he was like, and I remember Biz. They was interviewing Biz. And he was like, "Yo, it don't matter if I can sing or not. It don't matter if I can sing or not. Y'all feeling it, right?"
That's true. That's true.
If y'all feeling it, that's all that matters. It don't matter if I could carry a tune. I gotta be Luther Vandross. Y'all playing this shit at y'all barbecues though.
I would love to have been in that meeting. We played it for the execs.
Biz was crooning in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Biz was crooning in, and they didn't have to understand it, but it still worked out. Son, he got a song. He had a song called "Picking Boogers" that got radio play.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
The legends.
Legendary, man.
One of the greatest people to be involved in this thing that we call hip hop, that is raised all of us.
Definitely another one of one. Biz was definitely another one of one.
It will never,
never be another Biz.
Yep, never ever.
Never be another Biz, man. Love that dude, man. For real.
Salute to you, sir.
True indeed. Also, not to keep it negative, but we also have to acknowledge
we celebrating them.
We're celebrating the passing of another great artist, actor of our time, Michael K. Williams.
Yeah,
better known as Omar from The Wire or Chalky White from Boardwalk Empire and things.
One of the greatest character names to me, because he's jet black, and to be named Chalky White was some fly shit.
Right.
To me, it's always clean.
Exactly.
Right.
Always clean as the board of health, as my grandma.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was a super talent too. You know what I'm saying? Like he was. I think most people will tell you who their favorite show is The Wire, and probably one of their favorite characters is Omar, which he played. Man, a homosexual gangster robbing. Like we've never seen nothing like that before on television.
No.
Never.
No.
And he played it to it was such a great character.
And our community has never gravitated to somebody like that before, which was crazy. Yeah. It didn't matter. He did such a good job, and not for nothing, he did a great job portraying that role, and the writers did a great job.
Great writing,
exactly. Great writing.
Right.
So that shit was a footnote. Like it was like
he played the character so well. They couldn't write him off the show.
Right.
Yeah.
He's supposed to get murked a long time ago. They couldn't get
right. And everybody feared him.
Yeah.
Everybody feared him.
He's played some great roles.
He really
recently in Lovecraft.
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
I actually finally caught up with that because I didn't see it when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
That kind of entertainment is not really my thing, but I was like, you know what? Let me not get into that part of it and respect the art of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once I started respecting the acting and the writing, that stuff, I was like, all right, I can get it. It was excellent show.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean he's been in so much good. Like he was in Ava DuVernay's Netflix joint a couple years ago, When They See Us. About the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, he was in he was good. Like he's a great actor, man. And it's a shame.
Also did the undercover shit on Vice that was dope.
Oh yeah. I watched a few episodes of that. It was really good. Really good. Yeah. That was
crazy, man. You
never know what somebody's going through or whatever they're dealing with, man. But it was no secret that he has struggled with drugs most of his life.
Yeah.
Like so, but it's just
that's the thing. When you get hooked on some shit, it's like it's almost like forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but then, like recently it's been a lot of wild shit going on with people doing.
Like he didn't overdose.
Yeah, exactly.
He was killed.
Poisoned.
He was killed. Oh, okay.
He's poisoned.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
With this fentanyl laced, drugs. You know what I'm saying? That shit.
It's crazy.
That shit. It was some. It was 4 people out here recently that overdosed. No, let me take it back. That died using cocaine that was laced with fentanyl. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Fu, and the other comics that passed away. And then there was 4 people that, all got fucked up at the same time. 3 of them passed away.
Right.
One of them was in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? That's the same shit that killed Mac Miller.
Wow. You
know what I'm saying? So it's like, with Mac in Mac Miller's case, the FBI got involved, actually found a dealer that sold him the shit.
Right.
Now, like our argument we was having, not argument, discussion we was having on the thread was, excuse me, it was seen counterproductive toward, unless your shit is trash.
Yeah.
And you got trash shit, you're trying to put fentanyl in it to do it, and you don't know how to do it right. And then you
you don't know what you're doing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like Kanan did for
Power Book 3. I didn't even think about that. I got to catch up with that either.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I don't need you. But I was like, I only seen the first 3 episodes. I got to catch up. I was just
okay.
But yeah. So to me, at first, it seemed kind of productive to do that.
Right.
Like, well, if it's trash, they do that to kick it up a notch.
Right.
But if they don't know what they're doing, they can kill somebody. I was like,
right.
Oh, okay. Now I get why that shit happens. Because before I'm thinking about that, I ain't no mess with the powder shit. I was always a leaf nigga, but
right.
I never understood how somebody would do that. Why you would do that to,
a paying customer.
Right. Exactly. Like you.
Right. Customer. Now I also know from from what I've heard that the closer they get to death, sometimes that's the kind of shit that they want to get popped off. So when they come out and they get the testers or whatever, it's like, okay, they're getting free hits. They'll let you know if it's good or not.
Right.
And one thing, and as fucked up as it is to say, and we all know this from growing up where we're growing up and knowing how we know, a crackhead or a dopehead will have no hesitation with telling you that your shit is trash, and you will get not a dime of money because they gotta have to do so much wild shit. Think about this. They have to do so much. Think about the shit that crackheads and fucking drug addicts do.
I don't want to think about that, Dwight.
Yeah. To get the little $20, they get to get whatever they got. So if it's trash, then it's like I'm not fucking with you again.
Right.
Or I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
You know what I had to do all this?
Right. And for you to waste my time with this bullshit?
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm gonna smoke it though.
Right. I'm gonna smoke it though, but it's a waste of my time. I'm gonna smoke it though.
No, that's the thing. They're not gonna smoke it. And your shit is gonna be whatever color shit your shit is, it'll be known in the streets amongst the crackheads. Don't fuck with homie. Because he got bullshit. They'll go to somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now what they'll do is they'll get the fucking straggler to come across that'll try to negotiate with them. You know what I'm saying? All that type shit. But the ones who got the hot shit, they're not doing none of that shit. That shit flying out of pockets. So I've heard.
Right. You may not be able to trust a crackhead, but you can trust them to tell you where the good shit is.
Listen, if you ask for some trees, do you want to ask the person that said, "Yo, I just smoked on my girl's birthday"? So like, once again, or do you want to ask the dude that smoke all the time?
Right.
You want to ask? You want to go to the
right
all the time? You want to go over to the crackhead to find out where the crackhead. That's a fact.
That's true though. That's real shit. As crazy as it sounds.
And sad and more
sad. Right. But,
all those, yes.
But it's real life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, God bless them brothers.
Yeah, man. Michael K, Biz,
and everybody else we've lost recently.
Like, it's so much death, man. Like I just hate. There's so much death going on. Not just because of COVID, but just a whole bunch of shit. Right. Unexpected. Yeah, it's just.
But also some of it is expected. Like me and my dad was talking the other day, and it was like, once you get past 40, son, it's like,
yeah.
It ain't really promised after that for no one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you get to 40, it's like, okay, the clock starts ticking. If you get to 50, it's like the clock really ticking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, if you wanted to be a rapper at 50, whatever you were trying to do, it might not be the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? You might want to think about that 401k and all that shit that you gotta get right.
Yo, I think you know what, and I was telling my wife this maybe a couple weeks ago. Ever since my grandson was born, I really have been appreciating life even that much more. Like just like when we're all together, like I'm reflective in that moment that it's happening. Like really taking it in. Like when you're young, you're just so busy living life and doing it, you're not paying attention to what's going on because you live in it. But now I'm living it, and now I can look at it and really take it in and enjoy it at the same time. Like I couldn't do that when I was younger.
So some of my best times is, even to this day, my youngest kids are 9 and 11.
Right.
And my oldest, when she was younger, and I know it's gonna sound strange when I say this, so it might or might not. One of my joys was feeding my kids, giving them a piece of something, or giving them something. It could be anything, a cracker, a potato chip. I don't give a fuck what it was. Right. You know what I'm saying? A piece of shrimp or something. That always was, I always felt good doing that.
Right.
I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I swear, if somebody put me on a lot of technical tests, if I had to tell you why, I'm like, yo, I don't fucking know. But for some reason, it seemed like that connection between us. You know what I'm saying?
Connection. That's what it is. The connection. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's real shit.
That part of our, parent-child relationship was always special to me, feeding them. Whether it be me cooking for them or me feeding, especially me feeding them, like if I'm feeding them from my fork or something, or I'm giving them a piece of something, doing that shit. From when they was little, that shit always made me feel good. And I don't know, I guess that's just some parent shit that come up, you know what I'm saying, when you have it. Or grandparent shit, you know what I'm saying? But same thing, you was with your daughters from when they was early, so you had to feed them. You actually see them fitting plates and shit. So, that kind of shit is, and it's not even on no prime, on no man shit like on some provider. No, it ain't that. It's the it's emotion.
Just being there for your kids.
It's emotions there, and the littlest shit, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like it's things. It's just being a part of your kid's life, and it's even little things like that.
Yeah.
Like me driving with my son. Like we don't got. We'll be on a 2-hour drive. We won't say nothing to each other. Just listen to music. But just
right. Yeah. It's still bond. It's a bonding time. Y'all don't have to talk. It's still you don't have to talk. It's there. The energy is there. Like it's doing what it's supposed to do. I get it. I totally get it, man. But like
that's why I don't fuck with deadbeat dads, man.
At all.
Right.
You're not taking care of your kid. You're a bum. You're not with your kid. You're not seeing your kid. If you can, you're a bum. You like.
If you think real hard, we can't even name a deadbeat dad. Not nowadays. Like you'd have to think like a minute to get to somebody. You'd be like, son, this nigga's a straight bum. Like I don't know nobody like that. I know people that go through shit with their BMs and all that shit. I think that's part of the game.
That's different.
But it's nobody that's on
like,
some.
Like consciously not seeing their kid. No,
not seeing your kid. How you not seeing your kid if you can?
No.
Yeah. You can't be around me if you like that. Because I talk about my kids all the time.
You can't, and you're not seeing your kid. Like what's going on?
I talk about my kids all the time, so I know if you're like, I got them all around my crib. If you don't fuck with yours because you want some foul shit, it's like, nah, son, we ain't even got nothing in common, dog. My kids is the center of my universe. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even got nothing in common. Well, we do, but nothing that we can. At 51, nothing that I'm trying to, fuck with you like that now.
Right. No, that's
92. You might have been as thick as thieves.
No, that's real shit. But no, I know. I just had to say because that the whole thing just reminded me of being able to appreciate life more now. You know what I'm saying?
And you appreciate and you want to do those things.
Yeah. Because like you said, as you get older, it's one of them things where it's like, yo, and then like so much death, and it makes you just be more appreciative of shit going on now and taking it all in and enjoying every moment, whatever it is, like living in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
That was very well
present, being present, being present, and
exactly being present in the moment,
being actually present.
I take every moment with my kids in. I don't care if like we just binge watched that animated Marvel show, What If, the other day.
Oh, I didn't see that yet. I gotta check. It was good. It was good.
I gotta watch that.
Gotta check it. Yeah.
So little shit like me and my kids things used to be like I told y'all on here a few times. Going to the movies was our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that I don't feel comfortable having them there yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't getting them jabbed up yet. So I'm like, yo, okay, I gotta chill for a while. Make sure we good. So I got, like we were just talking. I have every fucking streaming service. Projection on the joint. So I'm trying to do what I can to make our experiences still cool. But since we haven't been going to the movies, most of the shit's been on TV, it's kind of different. So, and they got other things to school and, tablets and phones and other things to occupy them. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time that we watched, probably like a month, the first time we actually all sat down, just the three of us, and actually watched something. So it was cool. Mm-hmm. To do that, and it felt like we, talking during the joints. Y'all want to watch it next episode? Yeah, let's watch the next episode. So, 3 hours later, we 6 eps in. So it's like, it was good just to hang out with them and do the shit that we used to do. Just bond and do all that other shit. Instinctively. It wasn't like it was no planned shit. It was like after they finished eating pancakes and shit, it was like, yo, what y'all trying to do? Yo, trying to watch TV. And I usually tell them, look, I gotta put the phones and tablets down for a few hours. So like, we ain't doing that all day. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I usually tell them, look, y'all decide on something to watch together. Mm-hmm. A half hour after them arguing, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll make the decision. So I'm like, y'all seen What If yet? And they're like, no. And I haven't seen it yet either. So I was like, all right, let's watch that. Okay. So the whole premises of it is ill. You know what I'm saying? About, just like, what if this happened? What if that?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta watch that. Definitely.
I didn't even know it was animated. I just heard people talking about it, and
right. Yeah, man. So yeah, people enjoy your time with your family and all that, because tomorrow is not promised. But what I also want to get to this thing where one of our we was talking about hip hop earlier. Now we want to talk about Jay-Z and how there's rumors about him possibly being as he holds that hat down so we can see possibly being in the rankings to purchase a team from Denver.
Not just a team.
A football team
franchise.
Okay, here we go. He's a fan of Denver Broncos. If y'all
yes, I've been a fan since '86,
which is crazy.
Just to let all you new people that's about to jump on.
Not for nothing.
Because my guys apart.
I gotta give you credit. He was rocking with the Broncos when they wasn't good.
Yeah, it's just wild. It's just wild to me.
That's the only team I'm like a loyal fan of.
But exactly. True story. He did tell me. I remember a long time ago, 20 years ago, he was telling me like he liked the Broncos. I don't fuck with them. I'm a Raider fan. But he was like, "Yo, man, John Elway." And I can't never say nothing negative about John Elway. So it's like,
right.
I respect you for being a Broncos fan, especially nowadays. I don't know Broncos fans.
Right.
Nobody from New York that's a Broncos fan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay. I respect. That's how I knew he was a real fan. Because if you're from New York and you're a Broncos fan, then you like them niggas. And this was after Elway was gone.
Right.
He was still fucking with him. So it was like,
I suffered through Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Some niggas is LeBron fans and they go where every team he go to. You know what I'm saying? But T stayed loyal to the Broncos even though Elway left. And I know he only liked them because he fucked with Elway. So I gave him credit. But like what you were saying is like him and
Jeff Bezos
being one of the ownership groups to bid at it.
Yeah.
And how much the Broncos worth now?
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
Yeah. Jay-Z's net worth, they said, was 1.4. Mm-hmm. Right? Of course, he wouldn't be the sole millionaire.
Of course.
No.
All you gotta do is have enough money to have 30% of it. So right?
Right.
I remember when a few episodes ago, when he sold his
stake and title.
Mm-hmm. And he sold not Armadale. He's bugging. Ace.
No? My bad.
Armadale was with him and James and Bill.
Oh, Ace of Space. Yeah.
When he sold us, and I think that was like I think between those two sales, he netted like $600 million. And I remember us saying the only thing he could be liquidating that shit for was to buy
sports franchise.
Because you don't need that much capital to do anything else.
Right.
As far as cash is concerned. I think we talked about the NFL because he was doing the shit with Goodell and all that everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He caught backlash for that. I know I sent a couple shots at him, but I remember on our episodes that y'all can go back, just in case y'all think I'm fronting. I did say we gotta give Jay the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that, because we know that it got to be a bigger thing than because it ain't like he was strapped for cash, right?
Right. So it's long game.
Exactly. Right. I'm liquidating these joints for a reason, right?
If y'all be easy and just let me do what I'm doing.
And listen, and one he caught 300 from and still kept control of it, right?
He's on the border square.
Oh, because that's what he sold it to.
It might have been Ace. He sold only half of it. Something he sold only half. right? I think it might have been Ace, and that still caught him. That still caught $300 million. So I thought that was even though I wanted him to have the majority, I thought that was an excellent deal because I still could control it. I still got 50%. You know what I'm saying? And I still stay in control. And y'all gave me $300 million on top of that. So it was like, okay, caught $600 million and he liquidated them shits in like
within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like a short period. A short period.
Yeah.
It was a short period.
I'm thinking at that particular time, we all was thinking the same shit. Like, he got to be doing that thing for something else. Because he married to somebody who caked up. So it was like they gave money. He got to be doing this to make a move somehow.
Right.
And I don't think he would have needed $1 billion to get into the NBA. I think he could have gotten the NBA with half of that. To be perfectly honest. Now, it's not that NBA franchises aren't expensive. They are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The tag of them shits is in the billions too. But I think that the NBA might have welcomed him in there with $500 million liquid if he had it. I don't think we'd have had to do that. NFL different. They're good old boys network. And I think Jay is saying there's been part owners in the NBA that have been hip hop niggas. Nelly, Usher was part owner, I think, of the Atlanta Hawks or some shit, right?
Right.
I don't know the percentages though.
Yeah.
Even Cavaliers. So I'm like, thinking there's been nobody from our lane that ain't even sniffed the NFL because there's been nobody with enough money to be able to get into that. You know, Dr. Dre might be the only one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Puff. I don't know Puff really his financials like that, but I don't know if he caught $600 million over the last year. You know, so
if he sold Ciroc, he probably do something.
He don't own Ciroc.
I know, but his stake in that is.
Yeah. But I think he eating so much off Ciroc that he might would be okay. And I don't know if they let Puff in. I think, respectfully, I think they think Jay. I don't know.
He's not out there. He's not out there like Puff is.
Yeah, exactly. And I was going to say something.
Weird.
I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say.
He's married. He's married.
I'm gonna say it like this.
Puff ain't married. Yeah. That's a big difference. I feel like. But go ahead.
Jay still a nigga, right?
Yeah.
And y'all go say, and I know I swear I don't like saying it like I'm saying it, but because of his other connections outside of music, it has dulled that to the other people who look at him like that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Puff has got money from mainstream, but the mainstream stuff he got money from is still entertainment based. Alcohol. I don't know if he made any money from Revolt. I don't think he that's turned a profit yet. But most of the Puff money is entertainment based, whereas Jay has moved into other avenues that kind of to the good old boys network might wash his money a little bit. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Yeah.
It makes it more palatable to deal with him because he done met with the dude from Square and and Twitter and all that shit. He done gotten deals with these people and he got spotted pig with this guy, and right. It's things that they can relate to.
Beyonce's his wife.
Beyonce's his wife. You know what I'm saying? He's married, stable, got kids. He probably a more if you're gonna deal with anybody right now in the hip hop community. I can't think of anybody. If I'm a good old boy, right? And I'm thinking like them, all right, we're going to throw these niggas a bone. I can't think of anybody else safer in hip hop to get into than Jay-Z. You can't get into it with Dre. Dre just went through a divorce and all that type of shit. He had mistresses. It sounded crazy. Now, the good old boys don't care about that because they live the exact same life. They're the pioneers of all that shit. They started all that. Right. People 1,000, and perfected it. But nigga, they mistresses got. I know they mistresses got cribs all over. They be on private jets and all that shit, all to keep the secrecy. But they got billions of dollars where they can spend, so it's like it ain't no big deal. It's been nobody else in our community that we know that has had that liquidity to be able to live that kind of life.
Right.
But because of Jay's connections and, like you said, one of the best moves he's made, business moves he made. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure he was in love with Beyonce. Who cannot be? one of the greatest business moves he made was marrying that woman. Straight up. She softened him up for all that drug dealing shit that people be trying to talk about. She washed all that.
Yeah.
She washed all that. She was the Trojan horse to him to get in. You know what I mean? And I hope that he buys the Broncos. I don't fuck with the niggas, but I sincerely hope that, because I always thought that him and Puff should be like, I wanted them to be on.
I wanted them to do it together.
That would be.
I thought that would be nice. That'd be
nice.
Yeah, I thought that'd been great. I don't know why we poo-pooing Puff like this, because they like he don't have.
No, I love Puff.
Yeah,
I love his energy.
I got no problem with Sean John Combs. Everybody else can talk that other shit about that nigga. He didn't gave me nothing but happiness.
Right. I see guys, he got his plane, all black plane. You saw that shit?
Come on, man. How you
all black plane.
Like they said, you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack.
I love that nigga, man. But you're right. Like how the old boys are thinking, if they had to pick between the two, I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm gonna go with this Sean.
Yeah.
They know him more too.
What'd you say?
They know him more. Like the people we're talking about, they're mainstream. They follow things not as much. They're removed from a lot of stuff.
Right.
They don't know that Puff is called love now.
Yeah. Puff name as ubiquitous as it is, got a lot of shit with it. If you Google Puff Daddy or Diddy, whatever they want to go, call him, the results you get might be a little different from the results you get with Jay.
If you do a street background check,
that's
going to be different too.
But they're not really worried about that.
Nah, not at this point.
They're worried about, are you gonna mess up my brand and the Shield? Because I can't have you doing none of that. And I think that Jay remember Puff tried to talk about getting the Panthers a few years ago.
Yeah.
He did. He was talking. I don't know how serious it was,
right?
But he did talk about getting to the Panthers. And I remember back then we were talking about, him and Jay would have been nice to get into it.
Right.
But you got to have.
Now he has to get rid of Rock Nation Sports, right? Or
he just invested in Rock Nation Sports. He can always put that someplace else in the trust or something like that, where with his
under Rock Nation management, he's listed as an owner.
He'll find a way to get around that. If the white boys can, he will. He the same thing. They own a lot of shit that you think Trump totally divested from his companies when he was the president, like they said he was supposed to do? Absolutely not. He's probably running the day-to-day things of them shits more than he was doing in the country. Jay ain't letting that go. And I don't think he run the day-to-day operations. I think the agency that he partnered with do that. You know what I'm saying? Now they 50-50 ventures on that, but I think, I don't think he day-to-day that. That's a investment for him, So I don't think that would be an issue for him, doing that. You can push that on to somebody else, make sure I get my piece and be good, But I would love to see him be, part owner or majority owner.
Absolutely.
Me too. It's just
of any
team. Everybody going to be a Bronco fan now. We're going to have new uniforms. It's going to be the fly thing to do. Like,
no. See, that's what I think would happen if Puff.
Look what happened when he was a 1% owner in the Nets.
Right. That's true.
I think the Nets. I think people look. How many niggas that are Brooklyn Nets fans are people from Brooklyn? Let's keep it 1,000. There's not so many people that are Brooklyn Nets. There are fans of Kevin Durant. There are fans of James Harden. Fans of Kyrie.
I saw a ton of Brooklyn Nets jerseys when Jay was a part of it. I saw a ton of Brooklyn hype, a ton of Nets jerseys,
there was Brooklyn niggas wearing that. Nobody else was a Brooklyn Nets. You know that too. It was mostly dudes from Brooklyn, girls from Brooklyn that was Brooklyn Nets fan, or Jay-Z fans that was Brooklyn Nets fan.
That's what I'm talking about. Jay-Z fan.
But that's the thing. As much as people love Jay-Z, they love their sports teams more, they sports fanatics. And they're not crossing them lines for nobody. Look, Tone used to be a Miami Heat fan.
Mm-hmm.
When Brooklyn got their team, he became a Brooklyn Nets fan. It wasn't because of Jay-Z.
We're not talking about our age group, though.
these young niggas they don't have
That's
that.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I don't think for them it's teams. I think for them they like the individual
players, right?
Yeah, it seems like that's more than when
that's how I am with basketball. Yeah. I'm a Bron fan. He on the Lakers. I'm rooting for the Lakers.
Tell me the same one. Yeah. But my dad been a Laker fan since I've been alive. You know what I'm saying? Right. Mm-hmm. I used to be my favorite player growing up actually was Dominique Wilkins. Mm-hmm. When I was like in junior high. Mm-hmm. That's why I had to put out, of course Jordan was one of them. Mm-hmm. I always had a Mike poster in the room when I was growing up, always, But my favorite, I was a Dominique Wilkins fan, but I didn't like the Hawks.
Mm-hmm. See, my favorite player was Mark Jackson.
I just wanted Dominique to get busy. You know what I'm saying?
So I was always a Knicks fan. Mm-hmm. And then they traded Mark. And I wrote a letter to the organization. And I ain't messed with Knicks since then.
When the Knicks signed Kemba Walker, they signed the best point guard they had since Rod Strickland. Mm.
Since Mark Jackson. Okay.
No, right, because Mark was before that.
Mark was there was the same time, and then they pushed Mark out. Mark was there first. And then they pushed him out for Rod. They played together a little bit.
Right. Pushed Rod out for Rory Sparrow.
But the Knicks are never going to do good until they do right by Mark Jackson. Mm. Unless they hire him as a coach sometime soon, you're not going to win.
It ain't happening. I actually thought that Mark should have got the job before they hired Thibodeau. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at Thibodeau though, because he turned it around, and I don't think the Knicks had the talent that I got Knicks fan, so but I'm saying this humbly. The Knicks overachieved wildly last year because they didn't have no talent. As good as Julius Randle played,
he ain't a bona fide one at all. Mm-mm. No, he's not the first option.
Exactly. Thank you. I didn't have to say it.
He's not the first option.
He's not and on some teams he wouldn't be the third.
The third? Yeah. I give him a strong third.
Depends what team.
Okay.
He wouldn't be the third on the Lakers. And that's before they signed Carmelo. I'm being real.
I know. And
I like Julius.
Yeah, he got hot. He got the energy. Yeah, he got all that. Yeah, he played hard.
Look, I rock with anybody who wants to be a Knick.
Right.
It ain't too many of them niggas.
Right.
That's why I always give Amari Stoudemire credit. Mm-hmm. I will always give Carmelo Anthony credit because they wanted to play for the Knicks.
They tried to give it a go. They gave it a go.
And I think they tried their hardest. They didn't win.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think it was for any lack of trying. I think they came just like I always say. Niggas came up in the time of Mike. A lot of niggas came up in the time of LeBron. And even though he didn't win every year like Mike did, mm-hmm.
The nigga came out his conference every year.
Exactly, came out of his every year. And like I said, that's 10 years. That's 20% of my lifetime. Mm-hmm. That nigga was in the finals, right? Great. And then went to a whole nother conference and about to do the same thing. Damn near probably won one
already. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And gonna be a problem next year.
Would have won last year if everybody didn't get hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know, but it's a pretty good bet. You know what I'm saying? Vegas ain't throwing you too many good odds for betting on them niggas. You know what I'm saying? At all.
Yeah. That's for real. I mean,
we're off tangent, yo. It was John Pierre's fault this time. Usually mine.
What? Oh,
it was your fault this time.
Okay, if you say so. I don't. You know.
You run it back, you'll see.
Okay. Right. I'll take the hit. Anyway, y'all. We gonna end it here, and like always,
we gonna talk about Chloe. We gonna talk about Chloe Bailey.
No. We gonna end it. We don't need to talk about her.
All right. Good. Next time. Next time, no.
I have not seen.
Yeah. See, I have not seen. So take the time to watch, and then we'll come back and revisit the next Beyonce.
I have though. Cool. Kudos. Look, if you a young dude in the league, right? Leave these IG models alone, beloved. I'm telling you. Lock shorty down now. She's 23 years old. If you're 25, and you could build a great relationship and a great life with this chick, right? Don't do nothing stupid like the homeboy from the Hornets. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Don't do nothing stupid. All right?
Twice.
Yeah, twice, exactly. And not gonna learn his lesson, apparently. You know why? Because he's a whack. You know what? Let me stop. Go ahead, John. Finish your ending.
Thank you. But take those jewels from the OG right there. Lock Chloe down.
Well, before I go, one last thing, right? What you dudes need to do, young guy, 25 and younger, go to the commencement exercises at Howard Law School, right? You find the best shit that you think is in there, and you do your best to back it. And when I tell you, your life from that point on will be a lot easier if you do that. There's nothing wrong with this with the shorty that's out there. Have your fun. By the time you're 25, 26, all that shit should be out your system. I'm telling you because I made the mistakes and I stayed in the life too much, right? Listen to what I'm saying. You'll keep your money, you'll keep your happiness, your kids will grow up smarter, all that shit. Listen to what I'm telling you. When you're young and you got that, go to the whatever law school is in your town, and you find the baddest sister there and you lock her down. First thing you do after you buy your mom a house, you buy her mom a house and pay off her student loans. And she will be loyal to you for the rest of your black ass life. And if you don't believe me, I will bet you your next fucking contract that I'm telling you the goddamn truth. I'm telling you, I've run around here a lot and I've seen it, okay? Like a 2017 Zenith, as Raekwon would say. I'm telling you, son, listen to what I'm saying.
It's a great show, by the way.
Have fun. Have all the fun you can when you out here. I'm telling you, bag up, do all that shit. But when you're ready to shut it down, son, listen, go to the nearest law school, bag the baddest sister you can find, lock her down, and you support her like your existence can't be around if she's not good too. And I guarantee you, your life will be good. Ask Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson played for the Arizona Cardinals for years. For a whole bunch of money. He married a surgeon. You ain't heard a peep out of that nigga. That nigga's he's living his best life. Okay? Go get you top choice. You deserve it too, King. You deserve it too. Okay?
Here we go. You
bust your ass to be the best at your job. You deserve to find somebody who's the best at her job too. And she should be stunning. She should be stunning when you find her.
And on that note, with the words from Wise White,
I'm trying to tell you, you be knowing.
Listen to Uncle White.
Listen to Uncle White, kids.
I tell you,
dropping them gems.
Look, I'm good now, right? I'm good now. You know, I've never. Y'all know me for a long time. You ain't never known me to wife up the bum. You've never known that. Am I lying?
No.
All right. So I'm saying.
I
might have fucked it up. I might have fucked it up.
But I had it at one point.
Yeah, I had it.
At one point. It was in my grasp. Anyway, y'all, like always, we want y'all to like, share, subscribe, because we need to grow this thing, y'all, our village. So
check your audio out. Audio coming out too.
Yes. So until next time, y'all, peace.
Peace.
Hey.